right, welcome to our yoga practice today. We're gonna get flowy, move with your breath, and get stretchy. So let's go ahead and start in a forward fold. Back of your mat, soft little bend in the knees, and just slowly feel that low back lengthen. You're gonna let your head hang. We'll walk our hands over to the right, pressing into your left foot, and then walk your hands over to the left. And then come back to center. Little bend in the knees. We'll roll up slowly, taking arms overhead. Take a back bend. And then come right back down into your fold. Hands through the center. And let's walk out to a plank. And hold here for just a moment. Just feeling the body nice and warm. Your legs are long. You're squeezing the core here. Drawing your shoulders down and back. Now go ahead and let those knees come down. Soften your elbows and lower. Stretch your toes back. Lift your chest. Draw your shoulder blades down and feel strength in your back body. Now come on down. Notice my legs are a little bit wider, so let's bring them back into neutral, right behind the hips. Come up and stretch the legs long. Come up only as much as feels good, and then come down. Do that one more time. Big breath. This time we're going to hold, and then look over your right shoulder, and then look over your left shoulder. Come on down, breathe out, press up and back into our child's pose. Nice long line of length from tailbone through the top of the head. We'll walk our hands over to the right and bow into your left ribs. Walk your hands over to the left, stretching into the right ribs. And then right back to center. Come on up, little roll up to table, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inner thighs stretch back and heels press down. Let the chest press towards the legs. And then just pedal out your feet here. We want to get some space in our calves. Walk your hands to the back of the mat into your forward fold. Now let's sit here to a chair. Push your hips back, sit low, bending the knees, and then arms hug the ears. Belly button is pulled in. Now push into your legs, stand up tall. Little bend, and then float down, breathe out. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhaling, hands walk out to plank again. I want you to hold again for a full breath, feeling strength and feeling balance of energy and effort. Knees down, and we lower the chest. Stretch the toes back, squeeze, push the legs down, chest lifts, and lower. Again, 2 more times. Maybe you're right here, little push. Or you can be here, hands forward, little bit lower. And then release. Go ahead and fold your hands, rest your cheek or your forehead. And you're just gonna bend the knees, let your legs sway side to side. Let your low back release here. Legs come down, hands under the shoulders, press up through bent knees, and then back to child's pose. Slide forward so we can stretch the shoulders, pressing your chest down. Let's tuck your right arm underneath your left, laying on the outside of your shoulder and the side of the temple. And just stretch from your right shoulder back through your right hip. And then switch. Other arm through. Both arms forward, press your chest down. Roll up slowly, drawing the belly in. Tuck your toes, hips high, downward dog. We'll walk our hands back again. Forward fold. Let's visit our chair pose again. Bend the knees. Lift the chest, weight in the heels. Your toes are able to wiggle here. And then stand up nice and tall. Draw your shoulders down and back, and then stretch your knuckles down as you interlace your fingertips. Roll shoulders. Now step to the top of your mat. Take your arms overhead. Big breath in.
And then forward fold, Uttanasana.
We'll step our right foot back. Come to a low lunge, hands to your front thigh, and just sink the hips here, stretching into the hip flexor. Shoulder blades are back, collarbones are open.
And then send those arms up overhead, drawing your shoulders back, little crescent moon. Here, pose. I want you to lift through your collarbones here. If this isn't awesome for your hip or your shoulder, I want you to back off right here and be really gentle, not letting the leg go out to the side. You want it to go straight to the front, and then just sink here, stretching into the hip flexor here on your left side.
We're going to bring our hands down, stretch the legs straight. Hamstring stretch. Feel the back lengthen. Bend the knee again. Take those arms up if that's suitable for you.
And then hold on to your free arm and stretch over your bent knee.
Bring the hands down, frame the foot. Now, your hand comes to your knee, back toes tuck, and then turn and face your left leg. Feel that knee hugging in. Feel your shoulder blade coming down. We'll bring our hands down, step back to down dog, and then come forward to plank. We'll float down from knees or toes, that's your choice. Stretch your toes back, lift. Exhale, child's pose, 2 breaths. Elbows are soft, we're just recalibrating the breath, making it nice and even. We come up to our table pose. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Now this time, let's step to the top of your mat into forward fold. Take as many steps as you need to get there. And then reverse swan dive. I want you to brace through your middle. Your core is really strong as you come up. Lift your chest, exhaling right back down into your forward fold. This time, left leg steps back for the low lunge. Take your time. Hands to the front thigh first, just making sure the ankle doesn't go past the, the knee doesn't go past the ankle. And then if it would feel good, take those arms overhead. Lengthen, lengthen. We'll hold on to the free hand and then take it over to the side. So you're holding onto the left wrist, arching to the right. Let's bring the hands down. Now straighten the leg, hamstring stretches. Good breath in and out. Just allowing your body to be where it is today. Not forcing it. Feel the length that it's offering you. We'll bend into the knee again. Take the arms overhead. Just revisiting the pose. Maybe we find a little bit more space. Just take one more breath here. And then bend into the knee. Let's rotate hand to the knee. Take your back knee off the ground. Draw your shoulder back and twist towards the leg. If you'd like to, take the arm up nice and long. Draw your shoulder back or let the hand rest on your low back. We'll bring our hands down, frame the foot, and step back to your downward dog. Pushing your hips up high, pressing your chest towards the legs. And then come forward to plank, lower the knees. Nice and easy, lower as you exhale. Inhale, stretch your toes back, lift your chest. Exhaling, downward. Press up and back, child's pose. Good breath in and out here. We're going to come up slowly and take your right leg forward. I'm going to turn my back to you, bring your back heel down, and then bring the arms up to shoulder height. And then look over your front fingertips. You've got a nice long, low back. Shoulders are down the back. And see how the top of the head lifts up. You look right over your front fingertips. Then we're going to reverse warrior. Front palm lifts. Feel that stretch. And then bring the arms back to shoulder height. Now turn your toes the other direction into your warrior two. And then lift your front palm
side angle into a reverse warrior, excuse me. And then again, right into your warrior two. Go ahead and switch your toes, bend into the knee. Now bring your hands to your hips. I want you to heel toe your foot. Your feet are going to be on the right and left of the mat, and you're going to face directly in this direction, coming into warrior one, legs. Then we're going to take our hands behind us, interlace, and then lower here, reaching the knuckles up. Inhale, lift. Little back bend here. Exhale, come on down so that we're moving from your middle, just dynamically stretching the chest here. And breathe out. Plant your hands, lower the back knee, and then again, let's twist towards the leg, reaching the arm up. If you'd like to take the back knee off the ground, you're welcome to. Then we're going to bring the hands down and then just sink into the hips. Just move side to side here a little bit. Feel the stretch. Take your time. Now step back to downward dog. Pedal out your feet. And then bring your left leg forward. You can come to a table pose first. Bring your back heel down and then open up towards me again. Shoulders back. Maybe now your back is to me, but you've already seen it from one side. And then look over your front fingertips, reverse warrior. So that this way we get to practice the standing pose on both sides 2 times here. And then reverse. Just turn your toes the other direction. Bend the knee, shoulders stay right over hips. We're not wonky. We're not shoulders over here. We don't have a hip up here. This is all in line. And then reverse warrior. Back hand down, lift your front arm. And then come up. Turn again, warrior two. Now again, turn to the side. You've got a new leg in front. We're gonna get into warrior one, hands behind, interlace, just opening up your chest here. And then you can wave forward, let the arms come up, stretch your shoulders. If that is not good for your shoulders, I just put your hands on your hips and you're just gonna go forward and back, feeling strength and balance in the low belly and the low back as you move forward and back. We're going to bring our hands down, frame the foot, back knee down, and then twist towards your front leg. If you'd like to, take the back knee off, and then bring the hands down inside the leg. Only if this is okay, you're just going to kind of move side to side. Otherwise, you're just going to stay with the hip flexor stretch. No hip stretch here for those that shouldn't be doing the hip stretch. And I only say that is if you've got any tenderness or you've got any injury, that would be the only thing that would keep you. If it doesn't feel good, I say don't do it. And then tuck your toes. Let's step back, down dog. Come forward, plank, knees come on down, and then exhale, lower. Stretch your toes back. Lift your chest. Go back, child's pose. Now let's come up. This is a little bit of a challenge, but I want you to go really slowly with your breath. Coming into your plank pose, you can leave your knees down, but you're just going to switch from side to side. I want you to breathe in, breathe out, hand comes down, and then switch. Feel that rotation. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Bring it down. This time, we're going to hold the side plank. Go ahead and put your bottom knee down if it's not already. And I want you to stretch long from fingers to the outside of your foot. So make sure your foot is facing towards my direction. And then we're going to lift the arm, lift the leg, low half moon. Let's see if you can come into a little balance, holding on to the ankle. Feel that quad stretch here. In the top leg, you'll feel the stretch right across and down the front leg. Bring it down. Let's rest in a child's pose. Breathe out. If you want to hold it longer, you're welcome to.
Just soften your elbows here. And we'll come up slowly. And again, rotate your plank here. Breathe in. Reach up. Your bottom knee can be down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Reach up. And then this time, we're going to lower your bottom knee. Go ahead and straighten the back leg. Take the top arm over the ear and just a big side stretch from the outside of your foot to your fingertips. Make a rainbow shape. And then arm comes up, low half moon. Option, hand to your foot, stretch the knee back. Feel the stretch in the front of your thigh. And your core is really strong. You can feel your back body strengthening here. You can press the foot into your hand, helping to open your chest. Come down carefully, lightly. Soften your elbows as you go to a child's pose. Just breathe into the back body here. Let's come up slowly. We're going to do one more balance here. Let's lift your right leg and then step it forward. Take your time. Back knee can come down. You're going to come up into a high lunge and make a long line from your back heel to your fingertips. We're going to shift here to a warrior three. You're going to keep that long line, and maybe you're here with the long line, or you can make your way to parallel. Put a little bend in your standing leg. Feel the strength of your whole body here. Take 2 breaths, just breathing strongly, holding steady. Hands come down, feet come down. You forward fold and shake it out. Let's heel toe the feet to a wide squat. Come on down, elbows inside the legs. You can go ahead and have a seat if this doesn't work for your knees. We're just going to lift up through the chest, move a little bit side to side. All right, hands down. Again, come into your fold. Heel toe the feet right underneath your hips. Let the head hang. We lift halfway, and then plant your hands, step back, down dog. Chest pressing towards the legs. All right, now the left leg lifts, big breath. Exhale, step it forward. Again, take your time. If you need to, come to table, bring that leg around, and then come to your high lunge. Back knee off the ground, and you are bracing through your middle. Low ribs are tucked in, core is strong, and then we shift to the front leg. Make your warrior three. Take your time, and I want you to find your pose. Lift through that inner leg, roll the back. The standing leg is your strength. So I want you to feel that glute, feel that thigh, really keeping you strong here. Just take 2 more breaths. We're holding it a little longer here to get that added strength. And then our legs are going to be really happy to release and stretch. Go ahead and come down into forward fold. Release your back a little bit here. And then just hug the backs of your bent legs. The head turns to say yes and no. Just catch your breath. Letting the arms dangle, we'll roll up slowly. And then take your right leg. You're going to keep that one forward. Take your left leg back, So our feet are in right and left of your mat. We're going to come into Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. You can bring your blocks right outside of your ankle. Go ahead and tip at the hip. Start to feel that stretch. You want to lower your back hip. Almost pull this hip up and back. And then start to walk your hands down the leg. Find the edge of your stretch and pause. I like to breathe in here. And then deepen the stretch as you breathe out. Getting the stretchy part of our practice today. Just stay focused and centered on your front leg, pressing into the big toe mound. And then step forward into the forward fold, just shake it out. We're gonna roll up really slowly. And now we take the right leg back, keeping the hips squared to the front of your mat or towards the edge that we're facing. And then again, tip at the hip, not letting the hip open like this, but keeping it squared. Feel the hip flexor, get this nice little crease in it. You just feel the edge of the hamstring stretch. And then slowly, slowly, as you let the breath out, you come on down to your stretch. Hands on blocks is a good space to be here, bringing the floor up to you. Because I like you to keep your back flat. So if you're here and you're all hunched and it's not really easy to breathe, give yourself a little space. Hand to the front leg. When you're ready, let's step into your forward fold. Feel free to pause there and just enjoy the stretch a little longer. Take your time. I'm going to ask you to hook your fingers around your big toes, your first two fingers, bend the elbows, and then come on in. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to. You're drawing your chest towards the legs. And then one more time, bring your feet wide, only if this is okay for your hips. If not, I want you to go ahead and have a seat. Elbows inside the legs, we come into a squat. Drawing your low pelvic floor in and up, trying to lengthen your spine here, tailbone down. And you're using the elbows, pressing them into your legs. It's adding the hip stretch, but it's also giving you really great posture. Your shoulders are squeezing back behind you, and your collarbones are so happy they're smiling because they've got so much freedom and space here. We'll bring our hand down. Let's take your left arm up, leaving your right arm inside the leg. Reach up and just practicing a twist. And then bring it down, breathe out. Let's twist to the other side. Feel that stretch on the back. Now bring your hand down, bring your seat down. Ooh, come to sitting. Just shake it out. We're gonna cross the ankles here in our seated position. Just move your torso a little bit. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, roll back. And then go to the other side. Roll forward, roll back. Sit up tall and extend your right leg long. And at first, just come over your ankle, feeling this stretch here. Again, this is not accessible for your leg to be out. You can just come to a forward fold. Just do what feels best to you. Maybe you could sit in a chair here. I'm just going to ask you to bring your hand to your knee and just start to roll open and take the arm overhead. Just letting the body dangle over toward your right toes. Lift up and let's twist. Really gently. Breathe out. And then face forward. Go ahead and face the straight leg. We'll walk our chest towards the toes, stretching into your back. Feel length. And then come up slowly. Let's switch our legs. First, we're going to go over the center foot. Just get a good forward stretch. When you do it with one leg straight, it makes it a little bit easier to stretch your back than it is when your feet are both out long. Similar to folding straight over one leg.
as opposed to trying to touch your head to your knees when you're in a seated forward fold, both legs out. So when you just do one side, you're able to get a little more space. Then we're going to come up a little bit, bring that right arm up and over, and then stretch to the left. Feel like you're rooting down through that opposite hip here. We'll come up and twist to the right. And then let's face the leg. I'm going to move mine over a little bit so it's right in front of me. And then forward fold. So just make your pose comfortable for you. And then come up, let's extend the legs out long. And just fold forward as much as feels good. If you want to bend the knees, that gives your low back more space. Just press your heels out long. And then we'll roll up really slowly. Let's sit up tall. Just cross the ankles however you feel comfortable here. We're going to bring the hand behind you and just bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. You're gently pressing your forearm behind you into your low back. It's going to give you a gentle stretch there on the front of your left shoulder, but take your time. If that doesn't work for you, I want you to leave it out and then just do the side stretch for the neck. We're going to go to the other side. Hand behind, top of the head over. You might leave out the right arm and just do the side of the neck. So just take long breaths, deep breath in to fill up with space. And then just let go of any blockage, any tension, any extra holding you might be feeling there in the neck and shoulders. And then bring it down. Let's roll shoulders. With your ankles crossed here, you can be like this, or you can bring your left leg on top. We're going to sit up nice and tall. And then walk your hands forward. If you have any need to sit in a chair here, you would just put your ankle onto your knee and then fold. Your chin is tucked in. Gentle hip stretch today. Let's walk your hands over to your right. And then hands walk over to the left. Come up and then back into the center. Roll up slowly. And now switch your legs. Right leg on top. We sit up tall. And then forward fold we go. Just long breaths. See on this side, it's a little tighter for me today, so I'm just up a little bit taller. You just want to feel the edge of your stretch. And then go easy. We'll walk our hands over to the left. And then walk your hands over to the right, chest over the knee. Back to center. Let's roll up. Take your legs out in front of you. Let's shake out your knees. And then sit however is comfortable for you. We're just going to take a few breaths here, just sitting in stillness. Relax your shoulders. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Maybe bring your hands to your ribs and feel your ribs expand as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, let the ribs kind of settle. Now let your hands rest on your legs. Do that again. Expand the ribs. Widening the breath is what we call this. I'm going to do that one more time here. We'll turn our palms up. Bring our hands to our hearts. Just feel the heart beating there as you press the back of your thumbs into your chest. You can feel the heart beating in your chest. Your heart there is beating with purpose. So busy while you are here, so still and calm. Let's take one more breath here. Feel that balance. Thank your body for all the ways it moves. Thank yourself for taking time for you, resetting. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you next time. If you've got any comments for me, please put them below. Send me a message, and I would love to be in touch. Let me know what you want to see in the future and anything that you would like to work on. Whether you know me personally or not, if you leave a comment, I will certainly respond. All right, bye-bye.